Hello and welcome. It's Greg Watford again, and in this video we're going to be looking at the equipment behind the scenes that we're recording now. Now the video I'm calling 3 top tips to video equipment, and it's actually the third that we've made recently. The first one was called 3 top tips for creating awesome videos on a budget. Well, creating an awesome video for free. That was the first one. The second one was 3 more top tips on creating awesome videos, and that was more about content and what you should put in your video and how to make it interesting and things like that. So the third one is about the equipment, because I've had some questions about, well, how do you make videos, Greg? And what do you use behind the camera? So that's what we're going to be covering today. Okay. So now previously we talked about. This was in the first one. We talked about the good old selfie stick and your trusty smartphone. And here's my trusty old iPhone. So just pop them together and go and shoot yourself a video. It's as easy as that. So we've talked about that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap the equipment over. So if you just hold on a minute, we're going to put the iPhone up there, and I'm going to take that camera and put it here and show you what it looks like, and we're going to go through the 3 top tips for video equipment. Okay, so I've swapped the equipment over, so now I have my iPhone sitting on the tripod, and I've now taken the camera off over here. So let's break this up into 3 parts. As I said, it's 3 top tips. So the first one is the actual camera equipment. So this is the one that I've chosen, and the reason I've chosen this Canon, as a matter of fact, is because one of our mentors, he had one, and he's been shooting videos every day, and I thought, well, if he can do it, not shooting the videos every day, I mean, if he can use that sort of camera, so can I. And it's relatively inexpensive. So this is called a Canon EOS 600D. Just be aware that if you drop a 0 off and make that 60D, you end up putting a 0 on the buy price. I think there's a 700D out now, but the main reason we've chosen this is because of this. Okay, not all cameras do that, and you need to see what your camera is looking at from the direction you're shooting a picky here. So you need to be able to see what the camera is looking at. So this flip screen is really, really important. Okay, so that's probably one of the main reasons. But it's a great little camera. It's lightweight. The lens is the lens that comes with it, which is it's just a what have we got? 18 to 55 millimeter lens. So it's just an ordinary lens, and it really does the job very, very well. Now there is one disadvantage with it. It overheats if you go longer than 30 minutes or 45 minutes. So if you're making long videos, go and get yourself a video camera, proper video camera, to go and put on top of that little tripod of yours. But this is great. This will shoot videos, no worries. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, no worries at all. It's a really, really good little camera. Look, you can buy this for under, it's definitely under $1,000. It's probably more, hang on, that's with lenses, so it's probably $500 to $800 in that bracket with some lenses. I believe in the US it's called a Canon Rebel, but the international model is EOS 600D. Okay, so that's the camera that we've chosen, and that's the one I shoot when you see me sitting in the at my desk. This is the one that I normally use. So that's the camera. Now you can buy cameras $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You can go into the Nikons and things like that. But basically, what we're talking about is the best bang for your buck. So for something in the order of $500, you've got yourself a great camera. It takes great still shots, and it'll last you for years and years. So yes, the best bang for your buck, I believe, is that Canon, and it's mainly to do with that flip screen and the other facilities on it as well. So, okay, that's number one. Number one is the camera. Number two is the microphone. And as we've pointed out, the audio. We've pointed out in previous videos how important it is to have very, very good sound, right? It's probably the most important thing. If you can get the sound right with no background noise and no distracting noise, etc., or no wind noise is the other thing, you know, which is very, very distracting. So what I've chosen is a shotgun mic. So this is a Rode, R-O-D-E, Rode shotgun mic, and it fits on like so. This is really, really, really good. Okay, so it just slides on the hot shoe at the top, like so, and it just plugs in the side into the mic input, like so, and that's it. We're away. Okay, and that's what sits on my tripod. Now, regarding shotgun mics are very, very directional, super directional, hence the name shotgun. So it virtually doesn't pick up anything behind it, almost nothing at the sides, and everything in the front, and a very thin cone that goes out the front. So when it's sitting on the tripod and pointing at you, it's going to be picking up your voice, and 2 or 3 or 4 meters is fine. And it gets rid of all the wind noise, it gets rid of all the distracting background noise. It's great. Now, shotgun mics can be very expensive. If you start getting really top brand names, $500 is not uncommon just for the microphone. This is basically a $100 microphone. You can get it off eBay. Just go Rode shotgun mic or a photographic mic. Now, here's the tip. Whatever shotgun mic you get one without a battery, because, well, this one doesn't have a battery. It's powered via this little red cable from the camera. So you don't have to replace batteries. If you get the ones with a battery, you'll be out somewhere doing a shoot, and all of a sudden you play it back and there's no audio because you've got a flat battery and you haven't got any spare batteries with you. This, you don't need a battery. This is very, very good. So basically it's under $100, oh, how you can pick it up, by the way, how you know. See, it's got this red, can you see that? That red, it's a frame, it's a vibration-proof frame that suspends the shotgun mic in it. This is fairly new. I think it was only released in the last year, and it's great. R-O-D-E. It's great. Just do an eBay search, and away you go. I'm very impressed with that. So that's the microphone. And as I've pointed out in the other videos, lapel microphones, as they're called, lavalier, is really the way to go. And I use this on my iPhone because it gives a better quality sound. It gets rid of that echoey effect that you get. Look, you can even shoot a video without a shotgun mic from this camera, because it's got a very, very tiny microphone just sitting in there, but it tends to be a little bit hollow, and it's virtually omnidirectional, so it's going to pick up all that noise off the walls. They echo off the walls if you're inside, or if you're outside, perhaps wind noise or traffic noise, people talking, etc. So shotgun mic really is the way to go. Now the third thing, so the first one was the camera. Number 2 is the audio part of it, which is the microphones. Number 3 is the lighting. And now we've talked about lighting in the previous videos on how important it is. So what I use, and what you can't see, but I'll put a slide up for you, is studio lighting done with umbrellas. So if you do an eBay search on photographic, something like photographic studio lighting umbrellas. There you go, photographic studio lighting umbrellas. You go and do a eBay search on that, and for under $100 you can get yourself 2 umbrellas. So how it works is you've got a tripod that comes with it, and an umbrella. It's not a very large umbrella, and then you've got a light bulb in here pointing to it. So you get 2 of those for under $100. You get 2 of those, and 2 tripods and the lights, etc. So here's a tip. The 2 that you'll get in the box, in the packet, is one is a white one that gives a soft glow. So it produces an ambient light, bounces off walls, etc., which is quite good. It's a white umbrella. The other umbrella will be black on the outside and normally silver on the inside, so it's directional. So I've got one just sitting right there that is on the tripod, up a little bit high, pointing at me, and the lights are pointing into the umbrella, and it's reflecting off the silver backing on the umbrella. You can get a bronze coating on an umbrella, so you get a bronze one, you get a silver one. I've got the bronze one. I might try I've got the silver one. I might try the bronze one later on. The reason being is the bronze gives a softer light. It's a more mellow, I suppose you could call it. So I'm going to try that at some stage. Now, here's a tip. These lights usually come with a single light bulb on the tripod. Okay, they're a special light bulb, by the way. They're not your average light. They call it a 5,000 degree Kelvin, something like that. What it means, it's a balanced white light. So it's a full spectrum white light. It's excellent. So here's the tip. Instead of getting one bulb, get two. For almost a couple of bucks more, you get the ones with the two bulbs on the end of the tripod and shooting into the umbrella. It gives you double the amount of light. The bottom line is you need as much light as you can get. The more light, the better, because your camera will stop down anyhow, so that's fine and beaut. But it's best to, for the same amount of money, go and get yourself the ones with the two light bulbs. Okay, so that's a tip for you. Okay, so that's the umbrella. And one last thing. You can get light boxes. So instead of getting the umbrella on a tripod, you can get what's on the tripod is the bulb is fully enclosed and it shoots through a white transparent, semi-transparent film, and it produces an even amount of light around. They're called light boxes. You can do that. Now, our friend and business colleague, our business partner, Albie Costa, he's actually got two light boxes. What he's done for when he's doing Skype and when he's shooting videos. So he's got his laptop sitting on his desk, and just the other side of his desk, down low, probably about flush in height with the top of the desk, but pointing up probably 45 degrees, is these two light boxes, one either side, as it were, down low coming up. So there's a lot of ambient light, and it's smooth. It gets rid of all the shadows, and there's no hard shadows under the nose and around the eyes and under the chin. It's not as though the light is coming on the top. It's coming from there, and because it's coming through a light box, it's an even amount of light, which is an excellent way to do it. So you could try the light boxes, or you could just try the umbrellas. So that's the three. That's the camera, that's the sound, and that's the lighting. Okay, so that's my three top tips for video equipment. To get some bang for your buck, you buy the whole lot, definitely under $1,000, and you'll end up making. You've just stepped up from the just using an ordinary smartphone. You've stepped up to making quality videos. To go the next step is several $1,000s. And really, unless you're into editing videos and making videos, so you can get, the green screen, where you put a green screen behind you and you can change the image, and that's all done with a software. You can do that, and you can buy those green screen arrangements when you get your umbrella on eBay. But look, I haven't gone that route. The reason being is I haven't got the hobby, as it were, or the inclination to actually go and learn how to operate the editing programs that will be able to do that. It'd be fun to do that, but right now, no, I've got other things on my mind. So, but you can go and do it if you so wish. Talking about programs, the program that I use to edit my videos is called Camtasia, Camtasia Studio. I'm even using the older version, which is 7. The latest version is 8. It's an excellent program. The other one is Sony Vegas. I've had a look at Sony Vegas. I just didn't want to learn a whole stack of new stuff, so I've stuck with Camtasia. Just go and do a search on, if you've got a Mac, just go and do a search on Google and find out what Macs are using. You can run Camtasia on a Mac. There's a Camtasia version for Mac as well. Look, there's if you want to just do some very basic editing, just like snip off the beginning and the end, the bit where you go and turn the camera off, if you want to get rid of that, you can do that with. Look, Mac has got a program which escapes me. I just can't quite remember the name, but the one that's used in PCs, it comes with PCs, is called Movie Maker, and you can just snip off the end and the beginning, just do minor editing, and it will just put your videos at a class above everybody else's, just to be able to do that. So you can have a play around with editing programs. Personally, my suggestion is concentrate on making the video rather than trying to gloss it up, make it look too smick or smart. Just if you're into internet marketing and you're looking at training videos perhaps, or videos to introduce yourself to your team, or explain things, look, really a basic smartphone, or to go one step further, a Canon camera, that'll do the trick, and just do moderate amount of editing. Okay, well, before I go, one last tip before I go, because I didn't mention this in the previous videos. Your laptop, all laptops come with, or notebooks as they really should be called, comes with a camera. And a lot of people use this obviously for Skype, and you can use it for doing webinars through Google, etc. So most people, just while I move this out of the way, most people have their laptop on the desk, and they'll go and sit in front of it, and because it's lower than them, the actual camera is looking up your nose. It is actually, you can see you've seen this yourself. You can see all the ceiling and only half the wall because the camera is down low. To produce good videos, this doesn't cost anything. Just to do this, just make sure that the camera is in line with your eyes. If you think about newscasting in big studios, they're actually sitting up on a dais, sitting behind the desk, sitting on a dais, and that's to bring their eyes in line with the camera. There's my webcam there. Can you see that? Yeah, there's my webcam there, and I've got it sitting, would you believe, on a box of tissues. Now, it turns out that the exact height of that box of tissues off that particular shelf brings that camera at my eye height. Now, it's the same with this. If you go and put it up just on something or other, go and find something to put it, when you're making a video, put it up on on some sort of support or whatever, or a couple of books, and bring the camera almost, well, as much as possible, in line with your eyes, okay, at eye height. Now, look, if you're doing a Skype chat, look, it really doesn't matter where you put the camera. I do Skype all the time, and I leave the camera off. But if you're doing a Skype, it really doesn't matter. But if you're doing a video could be there for the next 10 or 20 years. So you want to give it the best that you can give it with the budget that you actually have and the knowledge that you actually have at this point in time. And it's really easy just to go and put it up at eye height. And it makes all the difference in the world, as a matter of fact. All right, let's wrap this one up. I do hope that you found value in this video. And look, I'll put a link below if you'd like to join our team and find out what we're currently doing in our internet marketing journey. Yeah, just go and click on the link and see what's there. All right, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to catching you in a future video. Bye.